All right, it's graduation season, and if you have a child preparing to venture out into the real world after college, here's that important question. Maybe you've already talked about it. How financial ready are they? If you're not sure, then stop what you're doing and come in. Pay attention, because we have an expert joining me with smart money advice. It's Andy Krask, president of Bank of America, Indianapolis. So good to see you again. It's so interesting that Jim and Daniel didn't know we were talking about this. So they've been talking about this and about college kids and a lot of questions that we're going to tackle today. But let's talk about financial resources first of all. Some people have 529. Right. Let's talk about how they could be potentially still using that. If there's money left over, what do they do?
Sure, yeah. If you had a 529 college savings plan, if you benefited from that, beginning this year, that account may be eligible to unused funds to be reclaimed, federally tax advantaged, to be rolled into a Roth IRA account, which could be a retirement account that you could use much later in life.
So many people are saying, I don't have any money left, but some people could have gotten scholarships. Correct. Maybe they didn't use it. Maybe they finished a year early. Right. Some kids are doing that now. So if that's you, that's awesome. Okay, I want to talk about credit cards. This was a discussion that I had just had with my daughter the other day. So another reason why I wanted to talk to you about. They're offered to almost every college kid. Do you think there's a specific time of when they should really consider it, and what should they be considering it when they're deciding if they should get one?
Well, I think you've got to be just really responsible around this. If you don't need the credit card, then I think you really have to start with understanding the basics of credit cards and how to responsibly use them. You want to establish a credit history, but you have to establish a good one. And so really understanding how they work, the traps, the pitfalls, all the things that go with that are the caution that I would have here.
The biggest thing, again, that I've learned, and I think it's still accurate, to get a credit card, to have a great credit score, is to have a credit card, to put something on your credit card, pay it off every month to show that you have that history. Is that still the number one way to raise that credit score and to have a good one?
Absolutely. Pay the bill on time every time, and pay it in full if you can, especially at this age when you're not putting much on it. Pay it in full.
You have a late payment, that dings your credit score. So that's not good. All right, let's talk about budgeting, because a lot of people say, well, I can't budget because I don't even have any money. Well, you've got to start somewhere, and how do you do that with someone either going right out into the real world, or maybe even someone going off to college? What do you tell them?
Look, this is one of those, there are financial tools available to you, right? And so I know budgeting can feel overwhelming, but this is the way you establish your financial goals. And using those tools will give you access to information around your spending. You see snapshots of your spending, and then my favorite is you will sometimes have these subscription charges that we've all sort of let creep in. Being able to see those to see if there's a way to cancel those and save a few bucks, and having those tools available to you like in real time is invaluable.
I want to reiterate this. I think the biggest thing for me and for our family is tracking it. When you really see, like, why am I blowing maybe so much on fast food that you don't realize, or a coffee, and you think maybe I took that 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks and put it into a retirement plan? That adds up. If you start that at 18, 19, 20, by the time you're 65, you could have $1 million.
Yeah, the benefit of time there, right? So saving now, establishing good spending habits now, I think is one of those things that you carry with you, good or bad, and obviously you want to establish good spending habits.
Yeah, and you would say to start that retirement fund when?
Right away. You have a lot of students now entering the workforce. Employers have benefits. Take advantage of those benefits, learn about those benefits. They'll have resources that will allow you to learn not about just the benefits, but how to take full advantage of them. So that start right now.
Even if it's tiny, do something, get in the habit. Good to see you.
Likewise.
Great advice as always. You can go to fox59.com/links to find more financial advice for people of all ages, Jim. We are right there. That's our sweet spot right now.